Hello, everybody, on this nice sunny day, and our destination for today is the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. If you travel to New Jersey and or Pennsylvania a lot, or upstate, most of the time you'll take the George Washington Bridge, and that's what we're taking right now. Usually, most of the time when I go in here, I get a lot of traffic, but it's Saturday morning and it seems to be pretty empty today, which is kind of nice. This fun place opened on October 25th in 2019, but unfortunately, due to the pandemic, like a lot of places, it had to close its doors for a little while. At this point, there are about 200 retailers located in this mall. Oh, I thought it was a real person sitting on the left, but I guess not. It's pretty interesting. But as soon as you walk into this mall, you kind of sense this. Everything, the design is totally different from the ones I've been to before. It looks just it has different theme to it. And if you don't feel like shopping, there's plenty of entertainment in this mall. There's an indoor miniature golf, indoor water park which you can use year round, Nickelodeon Universe, Legoland, and a Sealife Aquarium, and many more that you can actually enjoy instead of shopping if you choose to do so. As we started to walk around the mall, we realized how big it is. There's so many places here to discover, and the design of the mall is very different and very creative. I would say there's so many different interesting areas you can actually just enjoy. We're not gonna go into every detail of every store we see here in this mall. We're gonna our this video is gonna be more generic, just to kind of overview of this what this mall has to offer, and we well honestly, quite frankly, what we'll be able to kind of see at the time that we had. Because one thing you realize when you enter this place, you realize how much time you actually need to explore everything here. There's so many more places in here too you can see. I mean, and enjoy. This garden here with the fountain. Actually, it's a really cool design. I don't think I've seen it in any other mall here. I'm sure they can host a lot of events here. Like today, they were actually hosting the hard seltzer tasting event, which is right in the middle of this garden here. You could definitely take some nice pictures in this garden. There's so many interesting spots you can actually go to and just take pictures. This is actually a good idea to have somebody play here in the gardens while you're sitting here enjoying a drink. And they see those rides everywhere here. It was actually quite. It's in some cases quite dangerous because you can see some people almost have crashes. But you know, it is a lot of fun for a family, and it gives like a different, I guess, event. I'm sorry, different activity to do here around the mall. If you just want to ride around, we haven't tried it ourselves, but it looks like a lot of fun. They're definitely using a lot of modern design architecture in this mall. Most of the malls I've gone to were built in the 80s and 90s, and the architecture is slightly different. This mall is definitely looks modern. You could tell, like you could tell just by looking at the ceiling here, or you could tell by just looking at the design and setup. And here in the middle, they're gonna have this stage here, which you could actually see that there's a performances are setting up, so they're gonna start in a little bit. And here's a famous Legoland, which we're not going to visit today, but we are going to the Sealife Aquarium, which I was very surprised by how much sea life they actually have there. And the first tank, they have sea bass here, wow, which is a nice fish to catch when you're out fishing. And here they give you an opportunity to actually pet the sea life. One thing I have to warn you, the water is ice cold, feels ice cold. So it is going to be a little chilly when you put your hand in there, but it is a fun experience, I think. Especially I'm thinking probably for the kids because they get to kind of see it and touch it. You know, that's kind of cool.
The anemones or the urchins? Oh, like those things here? Yeah. We're actually touching in this tank over here.
I like that Jets versus Giants fish tank. It's definitely designed pretty cool. I know you can't see, but there's actually a button here on the side where you can control different lighting schemas here with those lights. It's pretty cool. Oh, looks like that's a turtle hiding behind there. So they even have sea turtle in here. Just kind of cool.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm here.
Wow, that's amazing. They even have seahorses here. Those seahorses actually live in a lot of different oceans around the world, but I haven't seen them in the aquarium yet, so this is actually pretty cool. They have it here. It's actually a great concept. They built this fish tank like an arch, so when you go in the middle, you kind of get this whole sea life experience. Like all around you, it feels like you're in the middle of the like you are inside a tank. That's what it feels like actually, but it gives you like a better perspective on things. And this is definitely a colorful tank, and you can actually see Nemo in here. Now I know this looks pretty real, but this is not a tank. It's a projection, but it does look pretty real, and it's pretty cool. I mean, this is a nice tank of corals. They set it up pretty well. Like you can actually, it looks like if you weren't looking at the tank, it looks like you're scuba diving and like you're in the bottom of the ocean and looking into those things. They did a great job here, I think, with setting up those tanks. And here is the biggest tank they have here, which has sharks and along with a lot of other species, stingrays and other fish in here. And it's kind of interesting. Like you don't see it here, but when we go to the other side, you'll see it's set up as like an underwater New York City. It has like the buildings and under like the Statue of Liberty, I believe, is in here too in this fish tank. It's a very like cool, interesting design they kind of used here. But here we see some of the sharks, some of the and then stingrays on top here.
It's a sword. It's a sword. It's a sword. Nice. It's a sword. Look, right here. Look. See? See? Look. It's not that big. Look, right here. Look.
They set up some nice spots to kind of look into the tank, and sell them kind of almost like you can almost like it's like you go into the box and you're like in the middle of the tank, which gives you a nice different viewpoints. Like you can actually look at in the tank and almost like feel like you're submerged with a sea life. Like you in there with the sea life. It's some of them. So they did a I think a very awesome job to create those like nice places for you to kind of view this tank. I would say this tunnel is probably my most favorite place of this whole this whole area that's in this tank, because it kind of gives you a nice perspective. Like you're right underneath the tank, so as soon as you walk in, you can look to the left and the right, all the top, and it feels like you're like in the tank. It's yourself. You're just kind of just enjoying, the view here. And we're off to a new attraction, which is, or say next attraction, which is Mirror Maze. It's a lot of fun. One thing I would say is it is a little crowded, so it's kind of like you don't get to really like basically in the regular most of the mazes you have a little more, you don't see as many people, so you have to kind of figure things out yourself. Like you can't really see where to go. Here you have a lot of people kind of going back and forth, so it does get a little, I guess to me it wasn't as challenging as some of the other mazes I've been to, because you kind of see where people are going and you follow them. So that's the only thing I would say. Other than that, I think the actual maze is designed pretty well. This is a very interesting design, how they designed this fountain here, and the lighting around it. I definitely haven't seen this in any other malls in the area. And like I was saying before, there's so many places here to take pictures at, and here we see Angry Birds. We must be getting closer to Nickelodeon, because I see a lot more cartoon character theme stores and like places to take pictures of figures and stuff. So I think it must be they must be close to Nickelodeon. That's what I'm guessing. And here's the ice skating ring. It's actually it's pretty big for the mall. It's almost like an NHL size. I think it is an NHL size skating rink, so you can have hockey games in here. And I didn't risk to go on the ice myself, because I haven't really ice skated since I was probably 5 or 6. So I don't know if it would be a good time to start now. But it definitely seems like a cool thing to try. This mode definitely keeps amazing me. They even have a huge dream wheel, which give you a nice view of Manhattan skyline and around New Jersey. I wonder if it's better to go on this dream wheel at night or during the day, because at night you will actually see a skyline with lights and the lights around you, of course, in New Jersey. But during the day you'll probably see a lot more around and the skyline. I'm just curious. But we didn't get a chance to go this particular time, but we'll definitely get back here and go on this ride, because this seems like a lot of fun. And we're at Nickelodeon Universe. We didn't actually go in, but it seemed like there's a lot of different rides and different things to do there too. This theme park definitely takes up a lot of space. You can even see a full-size roller coaster in the back, and it's all indoors. It looks like there's a lot of things to do in this park as well. And here's the entrance to the water park. We didn't get a chance to go in, but when I looked at the pictures online, it definitely looks like a huge wave pool and bunch of. There's also some rides there too, as you can tell in this picture here. So it is a big indoor park again. You can enjoy year round. And of course, at the end, we stopped by the sugar store. They had a huge selection of different types of candies and any kind of thing you can think about sugar. This concludes our video for today. We had a great trip. I think there's so much to discover and explore in this mall. I personally like the Sealife Aquarium the best, but the other things we kind of done. They were actually a lot of fun as well. And there's a lot more I think we didn't get a chance to see. So we do have to come back here at some point. Well, thank you for watching.